Hello and welcome to another installment. Alright, so we have a 1994 Dodge Dakota 3.9 liter four-wheel drive, and I want to talk about checking ball joints on these older trucks again. In my experience, the Dodges, there's not a Dodge on the road and older than 5 years that doesn't need ball joints. That's just my own personal opinion because I've changed so many ball joints on Dodge trucks. Anyway, so what do you got to do to properly check the ball joints? Let's see if I can get this situated here. You notice I got my jack lifting up the control arm, and I've got the tire just maybe 2 inches off the ground, if that, maybe an inch. If we can keep this from moving. All right, so we have the load of the truck being held up here. So the load is off the ball joint itself. This is the only way that you can check ball joints on this type of suspension. All right, and I forget what they actually call this suspension, but loaded ball joint. You have to unload the weight of the vehicle off the ball joint right there, in order to check it. And so you do that, you get the tire just off the ground, and I have my giant pry bar underneath the tire. And I am going to push down on my pry bar. See if we can get a close shot at here. Okay, and watch. See that? That is a bad ball joint, boys and girls. Okay, so in order to check that, you have to get the load off of the ball joint. And particularly, this is important like on trucks that have the spring that's on the lower control arm that connects to the lower control arm. You have to hold that lower control arm up. And this one, although you don't see a spring, it has a torsion bar. And oh, I can't see. See if I can get you a shot of that suspension. That bar right there, that is the torsion bar. So I can get my finger, all of that. That is one giant spring called a torsion, and it rotates, and you see how it's locked in on this end, which is mounted to the frame. And then we go back a little bit. It's hard to find the, but there's a hex that it slides into on the control arm. So as the control arm's going up and down, it's twisting that bar. That is your spring on this suspension. So anytime you have a spring that's connected to the lower control arm, that's the one you have to unload the ball joint, the weight of the vehicle off the ball joint in order to check it. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.